As Chief Marshal, I declare open these commencement exercises in the year of our Lord, the 2025th, and in the life of the college, the 154th. Please remain standing for the entrance of the ROTC Color Guard, presenting the national colors. Remain standing for the singing of the national anthem, led by Vera Richardson, accompanied by Emily Berry, followed by our invocation, given by Lyon College senior Zoe Papazoglu. Gentlemen, remove your caps and let us place our hands over our hearts.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Gracious God, we gather on this day of celebration, understanding that we come from different places, we hold different values, and we cherish different beliefs. Yet today we are united in gratitude for the accomplishments of these graduates. In a world where many cannot study, we are thankful for the achievements, degrees, and honors that we celebrate today. In a world where many have no future, we are thankful for the dreams, hopes, and plans that have been nourished in this community. In a world where many have no community, we are thankful for the support of our mentors, teachers, family, and friends. As we go forth from this celebration onto different paths, to different experiences, and to different destinies, may our gratitude unite us in the desire of using all that we are and all that we have for the common good, so that each day we will be full of thankfulness. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and staff of Lyon College, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to our winter commencement ceremony and the 154th year of the college's operation. This has been another challenging and exciting year at Lyon College, one that has seen us meet new milestones that allow us to advance our personal and our institutional missions. For example, we gained accreditation from the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education for our BSN program. We seated the inaugural class of the graduate professional students at the Lyon College School of Dental Medicine and are currently admitting students to the second cohort. We began construction of our second branch campus in Cabot for the Lyon College School of Veterinary Medicine in anticipation of final accreditation visit in August of 2026 and seating our inaugural class in 2027. We continue to have banner recruiting years, admitting robust classes of first year and transfer students annually, including a growing number of international students. Having completed 3 provisional membership years, we now compete as full-fledged members of the NCAA Division III, SLIAC, and SCAC conferences. And our men's soccer team qualified to compete in the D3 National Championship in the first year of eligibility. We welcomed amazing new faculty and staff to our ranks to strengthen our academic programs and to fulfill our mission of preparing students for the myriad changes that they will face in their post-baccalaureate world. Last but certainly not least in the litany of this year's milestones, in just a few minutes, we will celebrate the first students to complete a graduate course of study at Lyon College. But not everything changes. Year 1 boat race saw beautifully designed cardboard watercrafts sink with alarming speed, despite the confidence of the builders and 30 rolls of duct tape. The ducks, geese, and snakes at Bryan Lake still share their home, sometimes reluctantly, with folks who seek the serenity of a sunrise or a sunset around the water. The Arkansas Scottish Festival and Homecoming Combo again made an impact in our region, and faculty members listened patiently as students explained why the paper, project, lab report was late, and that it will be in tomorrow, I promise. Class of 2026. We have navigated some challenging times together, all while keeping our eyes on the prize. As the pandemic gets farther away in our rearview mirror, we are tempted to resume business as usual as we attempt to forget the fear and upheaval that affected families, schools, and organizations large and small. Whatever normal is has changed, but our desire to grow and impact the world has not. Graduates choosing to pursue higher education with or without a global pandemic is always an act of faith, reflecting audacious confidence in the future. You entered Lyon College committed to building lives about what you dreamed. You knew the path you chose was never going to be an easy walk in the park, but that hard work and tenacity would lead you to the moment, this moment, and to the cusp of your bright futures. The reality is that change is a fact of life. And at the outset, we never know what our shared path will look like or how it will change as we all grow together. The constant in all of this is that we at Lyon never question our collective mission: to prepare you, our students, to ask questions, to think critically, to seek solutions, to communicate with each other effectively, and to act ethically and with honor. Members of the class of 2026, I can say with confidence that you are well positioned to take the next steps of your journey. I would like to add one charge or piece of advice to the many messages offered this week to fuel your entry into the next stage of your lives. You probably have noticed that at times life can be pretty hard. Real, meaningful work, whether it's a job or a sport or a hobby or a relationship, takes a level of commitment that over time is really hard to maintain. Physical, psychological, and even existential fatigue are real things and are part of every human's life. You may have experienced that, some of that during your years here at Lyon. When such fatigue sets in, we may be tempted to cut corners, to give up, or worse, to isolate ourselves, hoping that the difficulties will go away. Short answer, doesn't work. It is my fervent hope that your time at Lyon has shown you that you do indeed have it in you to meet whatever goals you set for yourself, as long as you continue to learn, plan, execute, and stay the course. It's that whole perseverance thing. But equally important is the acknowledgement that whatever you set out to do, whether it's earn a degree, start a business, go to law school, whatever, you don't do it in a vacuum, and you certainly don't do it alone. You need your people beside you, behind you, and in front of you, supporting and helping you figure things out. And what's often overlooked is that they need you too. You are an integral part of their equation. Sometimes you may not be able to articulate how all this works, but you know in your bones that through some kind of connection, you and your people are a community that is greater than the sum of its parts. Cultivate and empower your village, and that has absolutely nothing to do with geography. Be generous and welcoming so that you can grow it and your collective impact. Be kind, for kindness is a powerful glue that strengthens connection and purpose. And finally, take care of yourselves. Your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, so that you can care for your world. Members of the class of 2026, your time as undergraduates at Lyon is at an end. Take all the lessons that you have learned here, and maybe a few that are probably still in progress, to come into your own. Always remember that you will forever be a part of our village, not merely a collection of buildings on a campus, but a community of mentors and friends. So although you depart today for adventures in far-flung places like Dallas or Chicago or Bald Knob, your people will be here to cheer you on, support you, and to celebrate your impact on the world, and always to welcome you home. It is a privilege for me to share this momentous day with you. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I would like to now take a moment to acknowledge the following special guests at our ceremony. Our commencement speaker, Dr. James Carr, and his wife, Susan. Mr. Mark Nichols, son of Henry Nichols. Mr. Victor Worley, class of 2003, chairman of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, and members of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, Alumni Council, and Board of Visitors. And now finally, this is the participation part of the day. If you are a father, a mother, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or any family member of a 2026 Lyon College graduate, by blood, marriage, or simply by choice, please stand as you are able. Members of the class of 2026, you definitely would not be here without the support and confidence of this group. Please stand and give a round of applause to your biggest supporters. Graduates, you can stand for a second. Everybody else can be seated. I'm not done. Members of the faculty and staff of Lyon College, please stand as you are able. Members of the class of 2026, these people have challenged, supported, confronted, and held on to you as you learned and grew during the past few years, ushering you through doors that you never imagined that you could open. Please stand now, again, and give a round of applause for your mentors, instructors, therapists, and now friends. You can sit down now. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Let our celebration begin. I would now like to invite William Litton, president of the senior class, to offer reflections from the senior class.
morning. Welcome and thank you for showing up to support these outstanding graduates. My name is William Litton, and I'm blessed beyond measure to speak on behalf of the class of 2026. Somehow, these talented individuals let me sneak into the role of class president, so I have the honor of standing before you and providing a speech of reflection to acknowledge the arduous journey we've taken over the past 4 years. I've given a handful of speeches now at Lyon, but this one's a bit tougher than the rest. While these 4 years have flown by, they've also been jam-packed with some of the best memories of my life. Some we can talk about openly, and others we can't. Thinking about how to recap this journey, I remembered a statement I used to tell recruits during their visits here. The best way to describe Lyon and the surrounding areas of Batesville is to label it one of the biggest small towns you'll ever live in. Of course, it's not like some of the more rural areas of the state where you'll have more cows than neighbors, but you won't have much more than those places. You don't have to just take my word for it, though. Just ask one of the students who came from a larger city, and they'll ramble on about how there's nothing to do in this little hick town. Meanwhile, their population back home is likely quadruple the total of Batesville. Yes, I'm sorry, the natural state doesn't have the DFW to entertain you. That's on us. In my opinion, it's not too much of a travesty, though. I've lived in both rural and urban areas in my life, and something that stands out about these smaller locations isn't what's around you, but who's around you. Each day, you wake up and go to class, or go around town, you're forced to see the same faces all around you. As a result, unless you want to live your life in one weird and awkward experience, you'd better cultivate some form of relationship with those around you. Eventually, these connections turn into lifelong friends and relationships that have you crying, laughing, while 12 deep at a table that fits maybe 6 on a good day. As you get to know more people, you'll see the web grow bigger. And eventually, it's not just a collection of relationships, but rather a Lyon community. That's the core value of Lyon. Unlike many rigorous schools, Lyon is a place where you feel like an individual rather than a statistic. Not only are you able to develop your skills for the professional world, but you're liable to catch a lecture on political philosophy than one of the best home-cooked meals you've had in your life. If you've taken a Tebbett's course, you might even go from pulling your hair out to receiving some of his wonderful chocolate pecan brownies that turn your whole day around. Even beyond these teacher-student relationships, if you want a sense of how connected the campus is, just ask Miss Beal, Miss Tucker-Mays, or JM what a typical day in their office is like. On any given day of the week, you can walk by and their offices are filled to the brim as people between classes create chaos and maybe take some candy from drawers. In my opinion, these are all just striking examples of what makes Lyon so special. Not only can we take the small moments and make them matter, but we can do so while coming together as an entire collective, no matter the setting. Still, enough bragging on the campus. It's time to get to the people that really matter, you. Words can't really describe in this short amount of time, but all I can say is I'm proud of you all. Your determination, desire, and never quit nature inspire me every day. Many of you haven't just been outstanding students, but also athletes, pillars of a community, and great people in general. You've not just been a part of the Lyon community, but you've been key members who've shaped its very essence. There's no question that your future paths are going to be full of all that you desire, but even if they aren't, remember how far you've come. Embrace your ride and your journey. Believe it or not, you didn't get to this point of your life on pure luck. Be confident and attack every day, second by second, minute by minute, and hour by hour. No matter what happens, be who you are. Stay true to yourself, and you will do great things. By the end of it, the reunion will be here, and we can all gather around to possibly tell those stories we've kept hidden after all these years and bring back that sense of community we've cultivated once more. Thank you, and God bless you all.
welcome to the podium Mr. Victor Worley, Chairman of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, who will introduce our commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Tabner. Dr. James W. Carr is President and Chairman of Highland Home Holdings. He retired in 2019 after 25 years as Executive Vice President and Professor of Business at Harding University. In 2005, President George W. Bush appointed him to the National Security Education Board, where he was later confirmed by the United States Senate. In Arkansas, Dr. Carr currently chairs the Arkansas Higher Education Coordinating Board and has served on the Arkansas Forestry Commission. He has been a longtime board member of World Christian Broadcasting and is a two-time recipient of the Martin Luther King Commission Gold Medal for promoting racial harmony. Dr. Carr has served on numerous corporate and civic boards, including ComSafe, the Quapaw Council of the Boy Scouts of America, the Arkansas State Chamber of Commerce, and Batesville's own First Community Bank. Early in his career, he held administrative roles at American College Testing and Florida State University, and has consulted widely with United States and international colleges on institutional marketing, among other things. A native of Tallahassee, Florida, Dr. Carr holds a doctorate from Florida State University. And as if that was not all enough, most importantly, he is a proud husband and father of 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James Carr.
Thank you so much, Chairman Worley, President Tavener, and distinguished guests on the dais. Welcome to the 2025 graduating class, and to parents, grandparents, family, and friends. Commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that graduating seniors and students should not be released into the world until they have been properly sedated. I believe a small college like Lyon may be the finest kind of education in the world. On earth there is no heaven, but there are pieces of it. And I believe you will soon be graduates from one of those pieces, an outstanding small college with a heritage of faith. My prayer is that each one of you will eventually become the best of the best teachers, the best of the best physicians, the best of the best ministers, simply the best in your chosen field. Your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Warren Buffett, the leader of Berkshire Hathaway and one of the world's wealthiest individuals, said if you were born in this country, you won the lottery. Only 1 out of every 24 individuals in the world are Americans. When I think how blessed we are, I remember this. Today in Iran, a 14-year-old boy will push a carpet needle back and forth through a mat, helping his dad make Persian rugs. He started doing that when he was 4 years old, and he will do it every day until he has a son who can help him make carpets. In Nigeria, a 15-year-old girl makes 4 trips, almost 1 mile each way, carrying a big bucket of water for her family from the community well. She will do this all day, every day, until she has a daughter who can make trips for her. 3 numbers I have heard recently are indelibly etched in my mind. Yesterday in the world, 25,000 people died from poverty. That's more than 2 times the population of Batesville, Arkansas. And today, another 25,000 will also die. Every 20 seconds, a child dies because of lack of water or sanitation. If you're a Christian, you should know that approximately 66,000 people die every day who've never heard the name of Jesus. Why am I telling you this on the day of a celebration? Because the world has never needed outstanding Lyon graduates like they do now. Lyon graduates are leaders in operating rooms, boardrooms, courtrooms, and in the classrooms. Our churches, schools, businesses, hospitals, law firms, and our country are desperately in need of strong leadership. Leaders who provide hope for those they serve. You'll be a leader somewhere, graduates. It may be in your profession or your church or your home or perhaps a volunteer organization. My personal library is filled with books on leadership, and I love helping students prepare for lives of leadership. I want to challenge you to be a next generation leader, a heroic leader. Leadership is not about how big your position is or your title. It's not about how big your office is or your jet or your helicopter or your ego. Leadership is about service. The leadership deficit in our country is chronic. Leaders comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Authors who write about leadership indicate there are several essentials for those who shape the future. Let me share them with you. First of all, do you have a purpose? World-changing leaders have a consuming purpose for their lives. A purpose is what you were born to do here on this earth. Only you were assigned that purpose. You do not share it with anyone else. When you know it and live by it, you can't help but transform the world. History books contain stories of many great individuals who discovered their purpose and went on to commit it to their cause, no matter what. Some even went to the grave for their cause, and they will not be forgotten because their feats are ingrained in history books and so that they are indelible. The purpose of life is to live a life of purpose. Someone asked Christian author Rick Warren what the purpose of life is, and he responded in a nutshell: life is preparation for eternity. Secondly, do you have conviction? Not do you have a conviction. Do you have conviction? World-changing leaders have an unswerving sense of conviction. The conviction finds its roots deep in your purpose. It's what you believe about yourself that will give you your conviction. Conviction is being fully convinced about the course in your life without any reservation. Once you connect with your purpose, conviction is born. A great example is 5 couples who I knew who graduated about 35 years ago and moved to Jinja, Uganda, to serve the people in that city and in that country. They were not average couples. Several in that group could have led Fortune 500 companies. They were exceptional people. They saw the people of Uganda, many of whom were destitute and in dire poverty. I visited them in Jinja, and the passion they had for the Ugandan people comes through loud and clear, as they were simply convicted to make a difference. This statement sounds strong, and I intend it to, but I don't believe 5 couples have ever positively impacted Uganda like those 5 did. Your purpose and your conviction form your gift. My challenge to you is to discover your gift, develop your gift, and give it away every day. Ashib Bibi, a Pakistani Christian who was sentenced to death for blasphemy in 2010 based on false testimony, had her sentence overturned by the Pakistani Supreme Court several years ago. But she remained in custody for a year after she was removed from prison. The Pakistani government allowed her to secretly leave the country, and now she's safe in Canada with other family members. Wilson Chowdhury of the British Pakistani Christian Association told reporters that Bibi deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, saying she was offered freedom on several occasions by officials and prison workers, pressuring her to convert to Islam. And if she did so, she would immediately be released. She refused to capitulate. She's a testimony to us all. Having a sense of conviction is essential for leaders. Thirdly, do you have a vision? World-changing leaders are great visionaries. This is the trait most common to all of them. If you have a vision for yourself and follow it, you can make amazing things happen in your life. Vision is seeing your purpose. It comes in stages, and the more you reach for it, the more it grows. You can never run out of your vision. In fact, it will outlive you. Vision inspires passion and inspiration in people, and when they communicate their vision to others, you can't help but be inspired. The world changers have visions not only for themselves, but for the entire community in which they live. Their visions are personal, but never private. They aim to improve and transform the lives in their spheres. Fourth, do you take action? The most telling habit of a leader is action. These people are action-driven. They act on their passions, purpose, and dreams. Maybe you remember the scene from The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy first encountered the Scarecrow at a junction in the yellow brick road. She doesn't know which way to go, and he suggests several options. But can't you make up your mind, she asked him. That's the trouble, he says. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain, only straw. Then he delivers one of the film's most memorable lines. Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they? To action-oriented leaders, merely talking about their dreams is never enough. Acting on them is a prerequisite to creating a desired change in the world around them. You can tell people what to do, but to convince them, you must show them how. Deeply entrenched in actions is influence and leadership. You can hardly change the world if you cannot influence and lead people, and you do that by taking action toward your dreams. The person who is afraid to act for fear of failure seldom has to face success. John F. Kennedy, the 35th president of the U.S., put it this way: there are risk and cost to action, but they are far less than the long-range risk of comfortable inaction. With God, all things are possible. Remember, Goliath was a 40-point favorite over David. An essential part of action is optimism. Winston Churchill says, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. My favorite story on optimism is about the great baseball player Ted Williams. He was a lifetime .344 hitter for the Boston Red Sox. Later in life, he was interviewed by Larry King, who asked him what he'd be hitting if he were playing today. Williams replied, about 300, to which Larry said, is that because the pitching's so much better than it was when you were playing? He said, no, it's because I'm 75 years old. I would like to spend a few minutes on the final essential: be a person of character. Character is the moral strength to do the right thing, even when it costs you more than you want to pay. Writers on leadership say you can be a great leader without character, but you won't be a leader worth following. Your ability and determination will determine your potential, but your character will determine the legacy you leave. Character is what's deep inside of you. It is who we are daily, when things go well and when things go wrong. We all have a reason to be proud when reputation and character are a mirror image of each other. God doesn't call you to be popular. He calls you to be faithful. A New York Times bestseller a few years ago wrote a book, and it was entitled The Road to Character. The author's name was David Brooks. In this book, Brooks challenged us to rebalance the scales between our resume virtues, achieving wealth, fame, and status, and our eulogy virtues that exist at the core of our being: kindness, bravery, honesty, and faithfulness. A leader's most powerful ally, graduates, is his or her own character. Certainly, we're concerned about our nation's budget deficit, but a growing number of Americans are concerned about our virtue deficit. Character demands excellence. Perfection is rarely achieved, but in seeking perfection, you are likely to reach excellence. Jesus assured us that to whom much is given, much will be required. As a leader, you have been given much. And as a next generation world leader, you have been given the ability to shape the future. You live in an amazing time. 1/4 of all the goods and services produced in all of human history have been produced since you were in the first grade. A few years ago, former Prime Minister George Papandreou of Greece spoke in Arkansas. He said, your generation would be facing the most formidable and complex problems the world has ever faced. Rick Warren says that life is a series of problems. Either you are in one now, you're just coming out of one, or you're getting ready for one. The reason for this is God is more concerned about your character than your comfort. By being a leader of purpose, conviction, vision, action, optimism, and character, you will be a dynamic leader in your profession, your family, and your community. You have gained a first-rate educational experience here at Lyon. But as I said earlier, my hunch is God doesn't really care where you finish college. What he cares about is what you do with the outstanding education you've obtained. Make a difference and be a world changer. And so to the members of the class of 25, may I offer this benediction, which I'm sure I'm joined by your families in. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God continue to bless you in this outstanding college from which you graduated. Congratulations.
Good morning. The Lyon College Friend of Education Award is presented each year to honor a person who has made an important contribution to the cause of education in the Batesville area. As we have just heard from Chairman Worley, and as we have heard from his own words, this year's recipient is very deserving. Please join me in congratulating Dr. James Carr.
Good morning. On behalf of the Lyon College Alumni Association, congratulations, class of 2026. Today, you transition from student to alumni. It is my great honor to welcome you to the alumni community. The Alumni Network is a family that stretches far and wide and across many generations. Lyon College is now your alma mater. Feel confidence and pride in your education as your professional life begins. Reach out to fellow alumni and use the strength of our network as you launch into your career. Many, including professors, staff, family, the Batesville community, and donors to the college have made an investment in your success. It brings me joy to be here with you today and witness your hard work come to fruition. I remember sitting in your place and feeling nothing short of jubilant, with a touch of sadness to leave. 19 years later, this place feels like home. My challenge to you is to stay invested in the institution that you have called home for the past 4 years. Stay connected, stay involved, and like those who supported you, I encourage you to support the next generation of Lyon College students. Fellow alumni, I can't wait to hear all about your success as you make your mark on this world. Congratulations.
it is my honor to recognize an extraordinary individual whose achievements exemplify the values and aspirations of our institution. Today, we are privileged to confer an honorary degree on a leader whose work has made a profound impact on Arkansas and on Lyon College. Beyond his professional achievements, he is widely admired for his integrity, vision, innovation, and charitable contributions. His commitment to leadership, philanthropy, reflects the very ideals that we strive to instill in our entire community. It is with great respect and admiration that we recognize Henry Nichols for his exceptional contributions. Unfortunately, Mr. Nichols is unable to be with us today, so his son, Mark Nichols, will be accepting the award on his behalf. Like his grandfather and father before him, Mark has served the Lyon College community as a trustee and has supported the college with his time, talent, and treasure. Mark, if you would. I'll read the citation as I give it. Lyon College, the president, trustees, acting on the recommendation of the faculty, hereby confer upon Henry Nichols the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, in witness hereof and by authority committed to us. We have hereto affixed our names to the college seal on this 20th day of September, the year of our Lord 2025, and the Lyon College, the 154th year. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in honoring Dr. Henry Nichols.
You will see behind me, to my left and right, banners that represent the degrees that Lyon College has awarded. Today, Lyon College will, for the first time in 154 years of its history, award its first master's degrees, the Master of Arts in Teaching. To celebrate this, indeed. To celebrate this milestone, I will now invite to the front the leaders who made this new degree possible. When they come forward, I will ask them to bring forth the banner, present it to the audience, and then install it, where it will be displayed prominently at all future Lyon College commencements. At this time, I would ask Dr. Nikki Yantz, Dr. Kim Crosby, and Dr. Melissa Tavener to please bring forth the banner. Dr. Yantz, you can't hide behind it for the picture. And if you three will please come forward, I have a small presentation for each of you as well. Now we're getting down to it. After thorough and appropriate examination, the faculty of Lyon College declares that the members of the graduating class have completed their courses of study and satisfied all requirements for the degrees they are about to receive. It is my great pleasure to present to you the Lyon College Fall Class of the 25-26 academic year.
Trustees of Lyon College is authorized to confer the Bachelor of Arts degree and the Bachelor of Science degree on those candidates who have completed their prescribed course of study at Lyon and have been recommended by the faculty. Acting on the recommendation of the faculty, the board has authorized the conferral of degrees on these candidates. Dr. Tavener, on behalf of the board, I ask that you please present them their degrees.
Provost Grafton, would you please join me in presenting the degrees?
Before I ask the marshals to bring the candidates forward, let me say that as I read the names of the graduates, I will also mention any of their close relatives who are also graduates of Lyon College. An official photograph will be taken of each graduate as they are hooded. Our photographer will also capture pictures of the ceremony in general. All these photos will be posted on the Lyon website in the next few days and free for download. However, if you would personally like to take a picture of a graduate, please try to keep the aisles open and avoid blocking the path that the seniors will take as they return to their seats. Please hold your applause. Wait, misread it. Don't hold your applause. I want to hear joyful noise because this is, as the president said earlier, a celebration, and I ask each and every person here to join in celebrating every single one of the graduates that walks across this stage, and I'm going to give you 2 chances for each one to do it, once when I call their name and once after they've been hooded, okay? Marshals, will you please escort the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree to the corner of the platform? Caleb Allen from Cabot, Arkansas. Majoring in history, Caleb will be hooded by Dr. Karen O'Keefe. See, he got 3 rounds of applause. That's the way to do it. Paul Douglas Brown from Armorel, Arkansas. Majoring in anthropology, minoring in history. Justin Brown, class of 08, nephew. Megan Brown, class of 2010, niece. Paul will be hooded by Dr. Matthew Labredo. Drew Chalberg from Austin, Texas. Majoring in communication studies with a minor in art, Drew will be hooded today by Dr. Melissa Taverner. Sydney Lasher from Hampton, Kentucky. Sydney's majoring in communication studies. Gavin Aaron Malloy from Bergman, Arkansas. Gavin is majoring in computer science, minoring in business administration, and data science. One more round of applause for this group of Bachelor of Arts recipients. Marshals, will you please bring forward the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science? Emily Elise Betzold from Frisco, Texas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in finance and art with a painting focus, magna cum laude. She will be hooded today by Professor Dustin Bork. Jacob Lee Horton from Batesville, Arkansas. Jacob is majoring in biology with a pre-optometry concentration, cum laude. Keely Lyons from Cave City, Arkansas. Keely is majoring in biology with a pre-physician assistant concentration. Alexis Lyons, class of 22, sister. Fabian Martinez Aguilar from Maraca, Venezuela. Fabian is majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness. Bradley Paul McLemore from Lipan, Texas. Majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness, cum laude. Christopher Shelton from Melbourne, Arkansas. Christopher is majoring in data science. John Shelton, class of '88, grandfather. He will be hooded by Dr. Marcus Birkencraw. Donna Jean Terrell from Batesville, Arkansas. Donna is double majoring in data science and computer science with a minor in art. She will be hooded by Dr. Marcus Birkencraw. Matthew Howard Walmsley from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management. Andrew Howard Walmsley, class of '96, father. Bill Howard Walmsley, class of '65, grandfather. David Michael Walmsley, class of '03, uncle. And Beverly W. Brink, class of '69, grandmother. Mackenzie Brooke Wright from Horn Lake, Mississippi. Mackenzie is majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness. Michaela Ashlyn Wright from Horn Lake, Mississippi. Majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness. One more big round of applause for the Bachelor of Science recipients. In every other year, we stopped here, but now we continue. Marshals, will you bring the candidates forward for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching? Cade Alexander Archer from Batesville, Arkansas. Master of Arts in Teaching, 7 through 12, cum laude. Cade will be hooded by Dr. Kim Crosby and Dr. Nikki Yantz. Theodore N. Sarver from Bells, Tennessee. Master of Arts in Teaching, K through 12, magna cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the fall class of 25-26.
The ceremonies will conclude with the singing of the alma mater and the benediction, followed by the recessional. We ask all the guests to remain in your place until that recessional has left the auditorium, and then to join the faculty and your students at the gauntlet that the students will run to receive the congratulations from all the faculty and staff here, and then to join us in the Bevins room for the cutting of the graduation cake. Okay. Will we all stand now, please, for the singing of the alma mater and the benediction? And gentlemen, once more, remove your caps.
Graduates, while I'm not Chaplain Maggie, the tradition of a Chaplain Maggie commencement blessing is still happening, so do not fret. So, class of 2026, receive this final blessing from Chaplain Maggie with some help from Toby Keith, Chapel Roan, Maya Angelou, Pope Leo, and Tyler the Creator. My, how the years have flown. It's the same old story, time again. Time to say goodbye. But don't you dare bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. My wish for you is that you continue. Continue to be who and how you are. For the reality of the world around you is that for every kind stranger you meet, there is one who will break you. So continue to astonish the world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of your tender heart. It is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning. Slow it down. Take a moment right now. Take a look around, take it all in, and know that even with all the pain and brokenness of the world, you can make this world a beautiful place. Serve the forgotten, uplift the broken, speak plainly when others stay silent. Do all the good you can for everyone you meet along your journey by enacting justice, loving mercy, and walking humbly with God. Build the kingdom not with walls, but with love. Knowing that some days you will be the light for others, and some days you will need light from them. As long as there is light, there is hope, and there is a way. For it is in the shelter of each other that we live. It is in the shelter of each other that we thrive. And as you get into your lives, you better find a mop to clean up your broken and messy world. Reshape our world by doing things that do not compute to those around you. Pray for the hungry, then feed them. That's how prayer works. Love the Lord, love someone who doesn't deserve it, ask questions that you have no answer for, accept for tears cleanse our souls for a variety of reasons, laugh, for laughter is immeasurable, cry, and never apologize for your tears. And if you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate, give in to it. All I'm asking of you is that you show up. Be late, be scared out of your mind, be awkward, be a hot mess. Just be present. You can figure out the rest as you go. And when you face adversity, remember to stay calm. And if you're not calm, may your freak out be as graceful as possible. And as you go out from this place today to live your one wild and precious life, may God bless you with the restless discomfort, with easy answers, half-truths, and superficial friendships so you may leave deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. And may God bless you with courage to believe that you can make a difference in this world. Amen and congratulations.